Hello everyone, this is Alcabear Analyst, and today I'll be talking Drew Brees. And is he washed up? And is it time for him to retire? But this is Alcabear the Analyst. Right before I may give my opinion, I'm gonna just go over Drew Brees because people like to bring up his GOAT status and what he did and this and that. I'm aware back in 04, 05, he won Comeback Player of the Year. He tore his rotator cuff. Looked like he had never played football again. It was that bad. His shoulder came out his socket and looks like he almost tore everything. Phillip Rivers came there. He had a great career with the Chargers. Obviously now he's with the Colts, but he just could never get over the hump. Phillip Rivers could just never get over the hump. Like he couldn't get them that ring. So I believe on the Chargers' behalf, they made a mistake, sorta, kinda. But he goes to the Saints. He get a great coach in Sean Payton, and they did their thing. They got a ring. We already know Drew Brees got the most passing yards in NFL history, not recent history, not since such and such. He has the most passing yards in NFL history. Drew Brees is the GOAT. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. So I say that to say all this. He's washed. Drew Brees is washed. And that's no knock on him. It's just Father Time. Remember, I think last year, the beginning of last year, he was having an MVP season. He messed up his thumb. He came back. And I'm like, Drew Brees don't look the same, man. He don't look the same after that thumb injury. And this is just that I'm saying that because I'm not just basing this off of 2 games. Because the first game they won against the Bucks, a lot of people wasn't on his heels. My cat wilding out if you hear a lot of noise. But first game, they wasn't on his heels because they won. And I believe Sean Payton's scheme beat the Bucks more than Drew Brees beat the Bucks. And a lot of people wasn't talking about it. So they go against the Raiders. He didn't look the same. He looked terrible. He looked old. Derek Carr outplayed him. If I just look at his numbers, you'll be like, those not bad numbers. So against the Bucks, and this don't even sound like him. He threw for 160 yards. Come on, dude, that sound like Drew Brees? He threw for 160 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Hey, that's not bad. His completion percentage was 60%. So he wasn't even, like, come on, man. Go against the Raiders. He had 312 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. And you'll say, that's not bad. But we talking about Drew Brees. He's not an average quarterback. His completion percentage was 68.4%. He didn't look good. Even according to Pro Football Focus, I believe his graded average by Pro Football Focus this year off of 2 games is like 60%. That's like 29th of all quarterbacks. But we're talking about Drew Brees here. He just didn't look good. He don't look good anymore. To me, Teddy Bridgewater outplayed him last season. That's what caused Teddy Bridgewater to get a job with the Panthers. So, and you see, they still don't, because he towards his retirement, they still don't believe in him as much because they got Jameis Winston. To me, Jameis can play. He just throw a lot of picks. But if you put him with a great coach like Sean Payton, I believe he don't put him in positions to really throw picks. I don't think he put him in a position to throw picks. Even Drew Brees QBR, that's everything measured, is a 69.8. But once again, we're talking about Drew Brees. He's just not your average quarterback. but he has average numbers. Telling you, after that thumb injury last season, he came back. He did not look the same. I feel as though they should have just kept Teddy Bridgewater through the whole season. They should have let Drew Brees sit out. He didn't look good. So I believe he's wise. I believe he's done. But once again, my analysis is not off of 2 games. It's from the beginning of last season until now. He don't look good. And the reason why they win in their games, or the reason why they would win games, he has to become a game manager, which don't even sound like Drew Brees, but he has to become a game manager, limit his mistakes. He got to keep his completion percentage up, not throw the ball too many times, and let Alvin Kamara win the games. You have to let Alvin Kamara win the games, and also Sean Payton. And what I mean by Sean Payton, his schemes and how he used Taysom Hill, how he used the trick plays. But Drew Brees don't have it in him to win these games. I don't think so. I don't think he has that comeback moment where they down like 7 and they need a touchdown from Drew Brees. I don't think he can do it. I don't think he can do it. But he has to become a game manager. I know a lot of Saints fans gonna hate me for that, but that just is what it is, man. I'm just calling it how I see it. Definitely calling it how I see it. Drew Brees is washed. Looks like he's done. He's picking the right time to retire, man. He's definitely picking the right time to retire. But I usually don't shoot videos on Saturday, but because I didn't shoot one on Friday, I feel like I owed you guys, and I actually felt bad for not shooting a video, but you know, it was just family stuff, so I just wanted to get something out there. There's something that been on my mind about Drew Brees. He just haven't been looking good, and we just gotta call it how we see it, man. Dude is washed, dude is done. Yeah, once again, I'm not basing this off of 2 games. I'm basing this off of last season plus the 2 games. But what do you think, man? Do you think Drew Brees is washed, or he can still play? And I'm over-exaggerating if you think I'm talking about 2 games. And once again, I'm not talking about 2 games. This is Al Kabir, the analyst. Goose.